On other fields, on other days. That's the primary charge for the cadets of Army. But on this field, the seeds planted by the likes of Davis, Blanchard, and Dawkins certainly have produced victory. Welcome to Michie Stadium at West Point, home of the Black Knights of the Hudson. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. The Black Knights will get us started with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Eastern Michigan Eagles offense takes the field to start this game off. This has an old school feel to it as this running back makes his way onto the field and all eyes are fixed. They are glued on him.
Yeah, the old school because nowadays it's usually quarterbacks and the other guys that get all the attention, but this guy's so good. He is the focal point. He's the guy everybody's looking to. He's the tone setter. He's the physical bell cow for this team. He will get the rock early and often.
Caught behind the line. It's Baker. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. Looking to throw on second down. Caught on the outside. It's Baker. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. They'll look to pin them deep. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Cadets offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Scanning the field, it's Washington. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at 3rd.
I know it was incomplete, but I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Good timing on the quick out. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding this receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
This defense has got some monsters up front. Individual athleticism. You see guys winning their one-on-ones. They're getting pushed. They're swimming the offensive lineman and then converging on the running back.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong. Be big. Be physical. Make it a 4th quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
Fast motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, getting it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always right. I'm an offensive guy.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back, cat-like quickness?
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Washington. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Fires into traffic, intercepted. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. Oh, man, thought he had the interception, but the official rules gained too much of an advantage. So wave off the turnover, give up the yardage. It'll be first down. And the Black Knights are moving quickly down the field. Give to the single back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Finds his back in the middle. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The Black Knights trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen. Get ready for the run. Less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Touchdown, Army! And they jump on top.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working. Getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Auburn had an impressive showing there on the Plains, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Bo Jackson is impressed with this one. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He makes the connection. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. The Eagles want to crank the tempo. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And that pass picked off. No good place for a turnover, but this one is particularly bad, and they've got it at the 20-yard line.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
Got some room headed to the goal line. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Wide out in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Black Knights!
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And come on, O-line. You've got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one that gets you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quarterback keeper. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, oh man, am I upset at my offensive line to give up penetration that fast? Man, we blinked and missed it.
He barely got the ball, and he just got destroyed immediately. What a great play. On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Finds his man enough for the first. Touchdown, Army! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And he makes the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Pocket starts to collapse. The sure hands, it's Spencer. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. And the Eagles want to move quickly. This is why quarterbacks get the biggest NIL deals, because they're supposed to make something out of nothing.
You know what? If he took some of that NIL money, Reese, and spent it on more linemen, maybe he has more protection and more time to go through his progressions.
At the 26-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
They'll try to pop the draw. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. He's looking to throw. Forced out of the pocket. They make the stop, but he knew exactly how much he needed and where he needed to get for that first down.
That's a first down for the offense.
Comes out throwing on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got a man, it's Woodhead. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
At the 7-yard line. Second down.
Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Touch pass on the run. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have
nothing but green ahead. Inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Black Knights. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great the offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
The Eagles want to pick up the tempo. Third down play from the gun. Moves away as he feels pressure. Still running at the 40. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Quarterback moving. He'll try to do it himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. Now they've moved it just inside the 40, 1st and 10 from the 39. He's looking to throw it. He finds his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
Makes the grab. It's Woodhead.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. FIU handled its business today, and given what this week was like in Miami, that is saying something. This is a focused group, and it's reflected in that final score. It's one game.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. He's got it inside the 30. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. You knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Dropping back, it's Washington. Turns it loose. On target to the left. Touchdown, Army! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Got it in the middle, it's Baker. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And this punt will be down just on the other side of midfield. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Wants to pass it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completion.
Oh, he wants it all. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to throw, it's Washington. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Going the other way, and he's got room. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. Thought he had the huge play with the interception. Instead, nabbed for PI, and it'll be first down for this offense.
Number 15 on the field goal.
No good. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in West Point for an entertaining first half than you? And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the Jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. And with that, let's send it back to the guys along the banks of the Hudson inside venerable Michie Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Eastern Michigan will kick it deep to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. The back goes in motion. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Bulls his way forward. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Let him bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Give to the running back. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And the Black Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to throw, it's Washington. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Black Knights! And the pummeling has started. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
It's now second down after the short completion. Reads it, fires complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On second down, he'll fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
With the catch, it's Spencer. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. Bringing it back, it's Lincoln. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Running back searching for a hole. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. To the air, it's Washington. Shoots it to the left. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. The Black Knights line up to punt it away. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, what a grab by the defense. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. Because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
They'll toss it to the left. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Nice play offensively. You go with the toss to the left, and how about the blocking downfield by the wide receiver on that play? If you're going to run to the perimeter, you got to have guys doing work downfield for you, and they had it on that one.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Snagged in the middle. It's high. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. And the Black Knights in the hurry-up. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Grabbed in the middle. It's high. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down. The Black Knights are on the move. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks and make plays.
Motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Spits it out to the back. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the Black Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the tackle really strong, disciplined job, and now we have one period to play. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment defense.
The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Line gets set, first down. From the gun. Right down the middle. Complete downfield. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game.
Touchdown, Eagles! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
The deficit is huge, this one is all, but over they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you've got to capitalize on this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
The Black Knights line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. Made a defender miss. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football. And it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
Touchdown, Army! And the beatdown has ensued. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Army, 49, Eastern Michigan. 21.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Trying to find his man on first down. He'll pull it down. At the 35, he's got room. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He's got his man there to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And the Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man downfield. He's loose down the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Eagles!
Number 18.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. He uncorks one deep. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Touchdown, Black Knights! And the punishment has been extended. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Looking to move it through the air. He wants a big play here late. And the ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Army!
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
From the gun on third down. Unloads to the right. Almost had the completion. Just missed it. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. A high kick trying to pin them deep. They barely get the punt out of their own territory. It'll be marked down just outside the 45. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long, so let's just run the ball. Let's just...
Lofts one high and deep. Catch and stride inside the 15. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Touchdown, Black Knights! And the route is on.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Eastern Michigan.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out. 5-yard line. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
He's looking to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. A sensational grab down the field here as they try to at least put a